Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are taking a look at our campaign overview series, and if you're new to the channel and don't know what this series is a breakdown of each campaign of Warhammer 3, so that when it releases on the 17th, you are prepared for everything. So I just want to say a quick thanks to Creative Assembly for giving me early access to the game so I can get the videos out to you as soon as possible. Now, you can support the channel by purchasing this off my Nexus store, to which I'll link below. Nexus does provide Steam keys as well as gives me a percentage cut of all purchases. These type of things do help keep the channel floating along, so thank you. Tzeentch, the Changer of the Ways, is the Chaos God of magic, evolution, manipulation, and trickery. He is the Flux Incarnate, the God who truly embodies the endless, broiling change that is chaos. It is Tzeentch above all who holds the terrible knowledge of fate and destiny in his talons. He worshippers are desperate to share in such lore, but are merely pawns in the great game, another piece to move on the board and outplay the other Chaos Gods. To serve Tzeentch is to invite insanity. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the oracles of Tzeentch and their faction effects and climate choices. So, of course, the faction effects that they get are the Keeper of the Destiny Scrolls. As we said, the Tzeentch is the holder of Destiny and whatnot. What the Keeper of the Destiny Scrolls provides is enemy reinforcement time prediction accuracy plus 100%. So you know when exactly the reinforcements will be coming. Battle reinforcement time minus 50%, so your reinforcements come in the army, come into battles faster, and hero action success chance by plus 15%. You know, so you can mess around with people a lot more with Tzeentch's trickery. What kind of climates do they like? Well, suitable climates they are into frozen, magical forest, wasteland, chaotic wasteland, temperate, and temperate island. Unpleasant climates being mountainous, savanna, jungle, and uninhabitable ones are ocean and desert. So on to the faction leader for the Oracles of Tzeentch, Kairos Fateweaver. So Kairos Fateweaver is well, big old turkey. Anyway, he is an oracle. He's essentially the Oracle of Tzeentch. I think that's what his lore is. The Oracle trait gives him unique items that can be used to customize Kairos spell selection, as well as provides him these campaign effects, which is minus 50% action, success actions, or success chance for enemy heroes, because you can't really mess around with a Tzeentch Legendary Lord, really, can you? And of course, ambush defense chance, both plus 50%. I mean, no one's going to be ambushing him. He's all about that trickery, that ambushing. He's going to be the ambusher. Now on to Kairos Fateweaver's skill tree. It's a fairly chunky one. He's got a couple unique skill lines. So let's get onto the first line. So the first line is, of course, his Lore of Tzeentch. He has the Blue Fire of Tzeentch spell already unlocked, as well as a couple. But Blue Fire of Tzeentch gives him a magical missile attack, great for your single entity targets, but you need to aim it correctly. Then it has Fires of Change, which is a damage resistance area spell, rather. Gleaner Magic, which is essentially if you use it on yourself, you get a quicker power recharge. If you use it against enemy, it decreases the enemy's power recharge. And then you have Treason of Tzeentch, which is an area effect of leadership and melee attack reduction. And Pink Fire of Tzeentch, which is a breath of spell, which is great for, like, you know, when you've got battle lines, enemy battle lines moving up onto you, you can really wreak havoc onto the enemy. It is a warp fire flame, so it increases the fire damage you get against fire attacks, and it lowers your armor. So a great combination with your units. The other unique thing that he has is the fragments. And these fragments basically unlock him an arcane item for him, like the fragment of beast, death, fire, and such. These basically give him spells, like certain spells. They replace his spells, essentially. So, for example, in this case, Curse of Anrahir and Transformation of Kadon, when equipped, disables Glean Magic Internal Gateway. So essentially, you can mix and match some of these spells. Of course, later on in the spell tree, you get a decreasing cooldown. Tzeentch's Firestorm, which is a warp flame. Vortex spell, which is, you know, does a lot of IP damage and spreads around. Has Infernal Gateway, which is a huge area of effect. A Vortex spell, and then the standard stuff. So yeah, you have to take a look at these yourself. Find out what you kind of like, what spells you don't like, and maybe switch them around where you want. The last tree that he has that's unique to him is Oracle, or rather is this tree, is it gives him Oracle of Eternity, which gives him a plus 40% to his barriers during battle, and the ability Oracle of Eternity, which is a ward save of 44% damage resistance. Very good for your, you know, your defensive capabilities. Barriers are the Tzeentch's unique I guess you could call it ability. Basically, they get barriers which work like, well, what you might expect is they work like a shield. Then after that, he has the Oracle, which increases the chance of increasing your wind of magic strength when changing. And then he has a miscast base chance by minus 40%. So if you keep blowing yourself up, then make sure to grab this. And then he's got thaumaturgic good gravy, I can't say the word, rejuvenation. There we go. Anyway, you can tell that I'm not scripting these videos, good lord. Anyway, that basically decreases the time between the delay of the barrier replenishment and the rate. Really good. Then you got Wind Summoner, which is Winds of Magic Power Reserve by +3 and physical resistance. Lastly, he's got Boons of Change, or not lastly, second to last, by 20%, gets increases his barrier by 20% for Lord of Change units. Very strong, very strong. You really want to grab this when you can get a chance. And Winds of Magic cost by minus 15% for Lord of Tzeentch spells, which are these ones. Then lastly, finally, he has Bewitching Potency, which is plus 20% barrier for during battles for the Lord's Army. Again, so many stacks of the barriers. It's going to be so strong. Then it gives you the attribute Mastery of the Elemental Winds for Iridescent Horrors, Cultists, and Lords of Change. Of course, he hates Nurgle, so you can grab and hate Nurgle if you're fighting Nurgle. Finally, he has Gaze of Fate, which is an ability which stops units from moving and lowers their melee attack. As well as that, he has Hidden in Time, which makes him unspottable, and he has Stalk. It's a multi-use ability. So let's get on to talking about some of the faction mechanics of Tzeentch. The first thing I want to start off with is Winds of Magic Manipulation. This does exactly what it says on the tin. You get to manipulate the Winds of Magic in an area. So for example, if you want to decrease the Winds of Magic strength here, we can do, or we can increase it. Of course, you know, there is a max, so you're going to have to really decide what you want for that. And then, yeah, you settles it. There are different, you know, levels. One being calm, -10. Weak, 2 being weak, -5. Blowing being, well, nothing, just in between. And then you can increase it to strong and tempestuous for +5 and +10. The next thing that we want to take a look at is the changing of the ways mechanic. The changing of the ways mechanic is essentially you have a lot of a lot of schemes, let's call it, which you can essentially use against opponents in factions. For example, you can transfer a settlement from one faction to another, but you can't do it to yourself. So if we click here and you know, scroll down, you can't do it to yourself. You do need the grimoires, which the grimoires are essentially you gain them by, you know, battles, buildings, etc, etc. But you collect the grimoires and then you can use them for all these different spells. But of course, you need to get the right technology, which we'll get to in a moment. As I said, you can gain grimoires via beating opponents in battles. So here we gain 8 grimoires for our reward, as well as the experience. As well as that, you can conjurate locus for that increase your power reserve for the next battles. Let's do that. Another use for grimoires are the technologies themselves. Certain technologies require not just buildings, but also grimoires to research. But you remember, you do need the select research as well to unlock, you know, the change of the ways, the schemes. That's what Tzeentch's research essentially is. You can either go for the left side or the right side, in whatever order you want, but of course some certain things require specific technologies before you get to unlock them. But you know, the right side you can get like growth, income from stacking and looting, some recruitment rank. The other side, recruitment costs, cooldown for the magic, and wins of magic reserve. The later on you can get the change of the ways, reveal faction intent, and of course there's other stuff over here. You need to get the ways to unlock the different schemes. Of course these require the grimoires though. As per usual with demon factions, you do have access to unholy manifestations. If you did miss my previous videos about them, then definitely check them out. But of course, for the gist is, you gain corruption. Then the more you gain corruption, the more corruption you have, you can unlock the other manifestations. You start off with one from the start, the Scriveners of Insanity, which for here you gain grimoires, but you can't move, at least for Tzeentch. So we do that, we click an army. I must be an enemy territory, so that's one moment. Let's move us to enemy territory, go to here, the unholy manifestations, click our army, finally perform, and then we have to wait 2 turns, I believe it is, until we get the grimoires. Alrighty, that is it for the video today. Now, is this a lord for you? Do let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, you will catch me live pretty much every day with WARHAMMER 3 over on my Twitch channel, which I'll link below. I might even be streaming at the time I release this video, so definitely go check it out. Other than that, I shall see you hopefully next time. Bye bye.